Welcome class. This is Antonio Quirante again, your course instructor, and congratulations on making it through the second week of our course. And I hope you're looking forward to the topics that we'll be discussing this week in week 3. After this week we'll be on the home stretch, so I encourage everybody to keep the momentum going and keep focused with our discussions and keep up with your readings this week. I wanted to point out, attached to this video announcement is an article that should help you on one of our discussion questions this week. And it's an article by Turley. And let me just jump to it very quickly on my computer. Well, hopefully you can click on it as well and follow along with me. This article is about the military-industrial complex, the second discussion for this week. And I linked it to this message because I think it's going to give you a nice, good briefing on the major aspects of the military-industrial complex, including the major players, participants, if you will, like the contractors and the lobbyists, and the agencies that are involved with the military-industrial complex. I would encourage everybody to take a read through that article first before you dive into the assigned readings if you haven't already, and see what you can use from this article in your discussions and analyze as well to engage me and your colleagues for that particular discussion reading. It goes without saying, go ahead and, of course, if you do use this article, don't ignore the other assigned readings that are part of that discussion, as I'll be looking to see that you are keeping up with the curriculum and citing to those as well. So that's for the second discussion of this week. Be sure that if you can, give an example from that illustrates the military-industrial complex from either a 2014 article or academic journal, or one from late 2013. This topic is very current, and I want you to be able to see what's happening right now, as opposed to some of the other articles that maybe in our assigned readings or your other colleagues might cite to, which might be a little bit dated, even dated as far as 2011. That might not seem like a long time ago, but because the military-industrial complex is so very current with all the military campaigns that we have going on worldwide, not just the Mideast, I'd encourage you to look for something more recent, and that's as simple as probably going on Yahoo News or the Wall Street Journal or even Google and checking out what kind of articles you can find that are current. So I'll be looking for that in your discussion too this week. Be careful to focus on the military-industrial complex. This discussion actually talks about the Iron Triangle, which is the overarching theory behind the military-industrial complex. But the Iron Triangle can apply to different fields as well, like social health care or any other social issues. The military-industrial complex is what you should be focusing in on, so be careful on that fine point for this discussion. Also part of that discussion, be sure you evaluate, and I'll say it again, you've got to evaluate the accuracy of the model of the military-industrial complex. I'm going to challenge those more enterprising students in our course to maybe take a look at how you can discredit the military-industrial complex. It's very easy and very self-intuitive for many of us to support the military-industrial complex and say how big bad military and big bad American government is taking advantage of the American people. But there is that flip side to it, and if any of you can actually discredit it and cite to us some very salient authorities, I very much welcome that and would be looking forward to seeing that in the discussion forum. The first discussion of this week has to do with the Electoral College, and going into the midterm elections, you might not be thinking about the Electoral College specifically because we just went through the presidential campaigns a couple years ago, but the Electoral College is something that you should pay special attention to, and this discussion gives us the opportunity to do that. Pay attention in this discussion to look at the two perspectives, and again, that's two perspectives that this discussion is asking you to take a look at, and applying those two perspectives to the two main questions. The first main question being about the impact on presidential leadership capacity. That begs without saying you're going to have to define first what is presidential leadership capacity. And after doing so, analyzing, evaluating from two perspectives the impact on presidential leadership capacity. Similarly, you're going to apply those two perspectives from the readings on the relevance of the Electoral College today. Does it matter today in a society where information is literally available at the click of a finger through the internet? I'm going to be looking for you to apply two perspectives from our assigned readings to address how relevant is the Electoral College today. Okay, so you need two main perspectives from these assigned readings, and you're going to apply them both to both main questions of this question prompt. Don't ignore the pro-cons analysis that's also required. You're going to analyze what are the benefits of the Electoral College from the perspective of our framers, but also the benefits today, if any, that you can find. Also, you'll also analyze an alternative to the Electoral College, an alternative that does not, and I repeat, does not abolish the Electoral College completely. So be careful on that question. Many students do confuse the alternatives question prompt, and they give an alternative that completely eliminates the Electoral College. Be careful with that one. As always, with all your discussions, be sure to cite to two of the assigned readings, not including the course text. Okay, so I see some students still in week 2 citing to the course text and only one other assigned reading. I am looking for 2 assigned readings that doesn't include the course text. Again, you're always free to cite to the course text, but if you do, you will need 2 other assigned resources. Pay attention to your APA format as well. We went over that last week and how important that is to fundamental citation and giving academic credibility to your papers. Not to mention, it is part of the scoring rubrics for both your discussions and your written assignments. And lastly, last but not least, I do ask everybody, please respond to me when I ask you questions in the discussion forum. It is likening it to our classroom, and since we don't have an actual classroom, our forum takes the place of that. And when I do ask questions of students and in the forum and they don't respond, it's like calling on somebody in class and them just staring blankly silent back at me. So please, I am paying attention to that, and I thank all those other students last week and in week 1 that did respond to me. But I'm looking for everybody else to get on board and answer the questions that I do pose to you in the discussion forums. And lastly, we're talking about our week 2 essays. I'm sure you're all eagerly waiting to see how you did on them. I promise that those should be completely graded by the end of the weekend, by Sunday evening. So look for your grades by then. Many of you will receive your grades before then, so keep an eye out on your emails to see when your paper has been scored. And more importantly than just the raw score that you get, I think this is out of 10 points, this written assignment, more importantly are the comments that I give you. So that means you're going to have to go into the grading rubric, and if I also give you a Turnitin report, take a look at that. But read through the comments that I give you. Sometimes they're very basic and they're very small corrections that are very important. And if you miss them the second time around in the final paper, it might hurt your score even more so because I have pointed something out to you to correct and you did not make the necessary corrections afterward. So read through the comments that I give you, and also read through the Turnitin report if I do send it to you. When I do send you a Turnitin report, it's because there are some major issues with potential plagiarism or actual plagiarism, the latter of which of course will earn your paper a score of 0, which we all want to avoid. So take a look at those documents that I send back to you after I've graded your papers, and ask me any questions if something's unclear, so that we can both work together and make sure that your final papers are solid as well as your remaining discussion forum posts. Again, I'm always available through email, so if you have any questions, again, email me. And I look forward to seeing you guys in discussion, and hope you have a great week. Thank you.